The Entei Research Event has been announced and it is going to take place in late May. So, reading off the event notice, beginning in late May 2024, we will be holding an event, Entei Research. You can exchange samples of Entei main that you collect during the event for Entei Incense, which you can use to research Entei's various sleep styles. Fire-type helper Pokemon will be particularly effective during this event, so we recommend racing your Fire-type helper Pokemon to get ready. Fire-type helper Pokemon that are currently available are Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Growlithe, Arcanine, Flareon, Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion. We're also preparing some functions and rewards that will allow everyone, even Pokémon Sleep beginners, to research Entei's sleep styles and befriend it more easily. More details and the event start date are coming in a later update. We hope you're looking forward to this event. So, beginning in late May 2024, that would mean that we are looking at either May 27th, and this week right here, or May 20th. What happened during the Raikou event was that there was first an electric week, and then there was a pause or a rest week, and then it was a full-on double week for the Raikou. So what I'm thinking is, they say that beginning in late May, it starts in late May. It's not impossible that the 27th here is the date, but if it is the 20th and these 2 weeks are the event, we then have a rest week with the 13th, and then maybe Fire Week during the 6th, then that puts us, so we're currently here, April 25th, it is in the middle of the Flower Festival, and so then we'll have one rest week, and then potentially we could be looking at Fire Week already starting May 6th, maybe May 13th, depending on what happens. If it's the 13th, then maybe this week is the rest week, and then we have the 2 weeks of the Entei Research, if they repeat that as they did in the Raikou event. We don't have too many details yet on the Entei. I will be following up on that as we progress into these future updates. What is interesting though is they put out this big cinematic, volcanic, dramatic video on Twitter. The thing is though with Entei is, if you look at its Pokédex entry, it's literally the volcano Pokemon. And in the data mine of Pokemon Sleep, there has been this new area that is called the Carmine Volcano that's been in the game files for a long time. And if that is a real location that is upcoming, then what better time to introduce it than with the volcano Pokemon itself. And then they teased the event notice here yesterday, and in the text on Twitter, they were mentioning heat and chilly and had the chilly emoji. So there are a few factors that kind of stack together here that makes me curious as for what's exactly in store for us, because if we just click on all the variables in the hopes and dreams simulator and spin up a potential scenario here, we could potentially not have Fire Week, but a brand new area as that Fire Week equivalent to the Raikou Research. That could be interesting. Obviously that won't be available for everyone, so maybe they stack the new area and the Fire Week so that people who want to go to Greengrass can do that, and for those of us who have enough sleep styles to go to this 6th area, then that could be interesting. Another thing there is, if there is a new area, then it is likely that they will introduce another ingredient. Chili could make sense to spice up some of those dishes, but we do have Fiery Herb, so I don't know exactly how they will go about that, but a new ingredient as a general concept seems to be a good idea as they are expanding the areas. And one interesting thing to note is that Quilava and Typhlosion cannot be found in the wild whatsoever. So you can't see the sleep styles of these 2 Pokemon yet. And if it is the case that we have a volcano area upcoming, then that could make a lot of sense, because if I'm not mistaken, Typhlosion is also connected to volcanoes. Let's see. There's something about... Yep, it's literally volcano Pokemon in its tagline or Pokemon specificity. It's Ghost Flame, that is the beta male. It's the Legends game. So just base Typhlosion is also like noted as the volcano Pokemon. So if we have a look at the Pokedex entry, let's see here, does it say anything about volcanoes? There are too many to look through, but essentially there are a lot of things that stack up here. And another thing that I was thinking is, as they expand the areas in Pokemon Sleep, it could make sense for them to make a couple fixed berries and then have a random berry. That could be interesting. Like, for example, if the Leppa berry for fire types is set for the Carmine Volcano or whatever this area potentially is, then there could be 2 random berries. Or maybe we see the Poison Berry and Leppa Berry together. I mean, volcanoes are pretty toxic, so that could be a cool combo. But I do think it is likely that we will not see another 3 just fixed berries as favored in the area. I think there's going to be some more random areas coming up. And so I think overall, if we bring up again the calendar here, Pokemon Sleep seems to be quite packed in the next couple of weeks. We have the Flower Festival, which is currently ongoing, and then we have at least 1 rest week here. My guess would potentially be 2 weeks here, depending on what happens with the Fire Week, Entei Research. There seems to be a lot of news coming our way anyhow. So my guess then would be potentially we are looking at the new area / Fire Week on the 13th. We have a rest week, and then the Entei Research lasts 2 weeks starting the 27th of May. That would be pretty exciting. And I didn't screenshot the whole calendar for the rest of the year, but I'm hoping that they are saving a little bit of juice for that 1-year anniversary in the middle of July. And that makes me wonder. We had the Raikou Research in April. Now, I don't remember exactly the dates. Was it like up here or something? Yeah, I think it was way up here. So the Raikou Research was kind of March, April. And then maybe this one is May, June. Maybe we're looking at the Suicune at the end of June here. I don't know if that is too soon or what, but June, July could be interesting. And then we have a big thing happening, potentially, hopefully, at the 1-year anniversary mark. And then we get ever so slightly closer to the Halloween. Don't know what's going to happen aside from that, but I'm super curious to hear what you guys think about this. Obviously, we did not get a lot of details, but there are some missing pieces that are starting to fall in place. And the theme of volcanoes is strong here. So I personally think we are looking at a new area, potentially then also a new ingredient. I think the berries are going to be partially fixed, and it would be nice with a place where we can more reliably hunt the Cyndaquil and the Quilava. And so if they introduce a new area ahead of the Entei Research, that would be incredibly exciting, especially for me who haven't really gone in deep at Lapis Lakeside yet. It could be kind of cool to kind of skip it for a while and work on my fire types instead. So I think overall the thing we can take away from this video is it seems that the fire type week potentially is the 6th or the 13th at the earliest. And so for the most part, we have 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks to research at Taupe Hollow potentially for the Cyndaquil. And aside from that, we'll just have to see what happens with this new area. I don't have too many fire types personally. I have a Charizard and a Flareon, and that's it. So I won't be too strong going into this event, but we'll just have to see. I am interested in continuing this Delibird hunt until I find it, and so I'm quite stubborn in that way. So we'll just have to consider the news. If they host the fire type week or whatever in a different area than Snowdrop Tundra, then obviously I'll have to follow suit and go for the Cyndaquils, because that's going to be a big deal. And Typhlosion is a really, really strong Pokemon. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this light discussion on the news. And as we get more updates, I will update you guys and share my thoughts so that we can have some excitement for Pokemon Sleep. Thank you very much for watching.